Multiple trust funds, all expenses paid trips around the world, and properties gifted by the Queen. Being a royal doesn't sound all that bad, but it comes at a hefty price. Just how much is Prince William worth? We're bringing you the inside scoop. Being a royal family member certainly includes plenty of perks, but these luxuries don't come without a cost. Prince Charles, and Princess Diana's firstborn son, is currently second in line to the British throne. As such, Prince William's royal life comes with plenty of enviable bonuses, but with an equal amount of expectations. From a young age, it seemed as though the prince was already receiving the best of the best when it came to his education. As a boy, Prince William attended Wetherby School and Ludgrove School. He then attended the distinguished Eton College, which is considered to be one of the most prestigious secondary schools in England. During this time, the young royal reportedly excelled in academics and sports. However, in the late 90s, Prince William was forced to deal with his parents' very public divorce, followed by his mother's tragic death in 1997. Despite having to deal with incredible difficulties, the prince has consistently garnered a favourable public impression and seems to be fully aware of his role as the future king. It would appear that with great wealth and power comes plenty of responsibility, regardless of age.
But it's been really eye-opening for us as well.
In addition to their official duties, many royal family members have also had prominent military careers. In keeping with this tradition, Prince William was also in the service. In fact, the Duke of Cambridge spent more than 7 years in full-time military service. He initially started out as an officer before moving up the ranks to become a lieutenant in the Blues and Royal Marines Regiment and a pilot in the British military. Prince William is also patron of the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight and Honorary Air Commandant of Royal Air Force Coningsby. While his exact Royal Air Force earnings have never been disclosed, the average salary during his time of service would reportedly have been approximately $50,000 to $60,000. When the prince went to work as an East Anglian air ambulance pilot in 2014, there was a bit more clarity on his alleged salary. After taxes, William reportedly earned £30,155, which equates to around $40,000 US. Still, it might come as a surprise to learn that the prince wasn't adding his air ambulance wages to his personal income. In fact, the Duke of Cambridge didn't receive a penny of his earnings from the organisation. Instead, his salary was donated in full to the life-saving charity for which he worked. Children inherit plenty of things from their parents, but if you're Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, that inheritance is pretty sizable. As the future king, William has received 2 trust funds to date, courtesy of his late mother, Princess Diana, and his great-grandmother, the Queen Mother. While both inheritances are considerable, the trust fund left to William by his mother makes up more of his wealth. According to Forbes, the late Diana Spencer left each of her sons £10 million after taxes, which is roughly $12.75 million. When each prince turned 25, they began receiving the trust in annual dividends. That amount is estimated to have been around $450,000 per year. The remaining sum was apparently released to each son when they turned 30 years old. Meanwhile, the inheritance from the Queen Mother was given to both Prince William and Prince Harry after she passed away in 2002. The amount was estimated to be around £14 million or $17.9 million and was divided between the two. However, the payment wasn't evenly split, according to BBC News. The bulk of the cash will go to the younger brother, since William will benefit financially by becoming king.
I know that in the position I'm in, that's what's required of me to do.
One incredibly enviable perk of being a working member of the British royal family is the sovereign grant. This grant is actually the primary source of income for the royal family and is paid by the British government to support the Queen in her official duties for the country. Like other royal family members, the sovereign grant assists the Duke of Cambridge in various financial ways. For example, Town & Country reports that in 2018, the grant covered Prince William's trip to the Middle East, which cost around $94,000. Having large expenses like official royal visits paid for by the sovereign grant means that Prince William can maintain his own enviable net worth. Prince William's father, Prince Charles, is next in line for the British throne. And when the Prince of Wales becomes the new king, Prince William will inherit a very impressive billion-dollar real estate portfolio known as the Duchy of Cornwall.
What happens in the Duchy of Cornwall stays in the Duchy of Cornwall.
As noted on the official website for the Duchy of Cornwall, Edward III initially created the private estate in 1337 as a means to provide independence to his son and heir, Prince Edward. According to the Duchy's annual report for 2019, the Prince of Wales received $21.6 million, or approximately $27.4 million, in revenue from the Duchy between March 2018 and March 2019. This income is intended to financially support Charles's family's private, charitable, and public activities. Naturally, this will add yet another sizable chunk to Prince William's net worth when his father takes the throne. With plenty of programs in their royal foundation, Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton are no strangers to giving back. Their group supports a wide variety of activities and works on finding sustainable solutions for issues that will have a long-term impact. These focuses include COVID-19, conservation efforts, mental health issues, projects to assist emergency responders, and childcare. In 2020, it was announced that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge had donated about $2 million to the UK's frontline workers and mental health programmes through a fund they set up in response to the pandemic. The couple met with representatives of the beneficiaries, and the Duchess expressed her gratitude for the work performed by frontline staff and emergency responders. In an official statement, the Duchess of Cambridge noted, "For many of them, their families, and for thousands of others across the UK, the pandemic will have a lasting impact on their mental health."
People need to understand how you are normal human beings doing a brilliant job in a very, very difficult time.
In addition to their other humanitarian deeds, it was reported in February 2021 that Prince William had quietly donated to the Thin Green Line Foundation. This group provides much-needed income to the relatives of park rangers that were killed in the line of duty. While the amount donated was not released, the foundation's Twitter account thanked the Duke of Cambridge for his support. It makes sense that this royal couple's home is fit for a future king. But that comes at a sizable cost. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were gifted their Norfolk property, Anmere Hall, as a wedding gift by the Queen in 2011. And, according to Hello, the Cambridges spent approximately $2 million on renovations to bring their home up to their regal standards. Renovations for the property apparently included planting additional trees around the land, updating the driveway, and moving the main gateway. The last two changes were reportedly done in order to provide extra privacy for the couple and their children. Updates were carried out on the interior as well, such as the installation of a new kitchen and the building of a conservatory. Anmere Hall used to be the royal couple's primary residence back when Prince William was working as a pilot for the East Anglian Air Ambulance. However, they stopped using the property as their main home in 2017 and currently spend most of their time at apartment 1A inside Kensington Palace. Raising a child isn't cheap, and raising 3 royal children is even more costly. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are definitely lucky that their sizable fortune can easily cover costs such as private education, nannies and clothing. According to CNN Money, the average cost for parents in London to raise one child from birth to 21 years old is typically around $368,000, and that is without adding in the price of private education. However, it's reported that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will likely spend at least $1 million, if not more, for each one of their little royal family members. As of 2018, Princess Charlotte's tuition for nursery school was listed at $19,492 per year. Meanwhile, Prince George's tuition at Thomas's Battersea in London totals around $28,000 per year. If Prince George follows in his father's footsteps and attends Eton College, the cost of his tuition will skyrocket to $55,772 per year. The salaries of each of the Cambridge children's nannies are estimated to be approximately $58,552, but could very well be higher. Then there's clothing and feeding, which is said to be around $200,000 per child, along with an additional $514 for Prince George's school uniform. Basically, raising royal kids is expensive. Considering Prince William's royal status, it's no surprise that the future king owns his fair share of luxury items. One of these eye-catching pieces is the Duke of Cambridge's Omega Seamaster professional watch, which was reportedly a gift from his mother. The prince has been spotted wearing the item on several occasions, such as at Princess Eugenie's nuptials. This sentimental watch is thought to have cost approximately $3,760, and it's not the prince's only luxury watch. The Duke of Cambridge has also worn other Omega watches and pieces from Rolex. In addition to the prince's pricey timepieces, the future king and his wife also have quite an extensive vehicle history. Over the years, Prince William's cars have ranged from a Volkswagen Golf Mark III and an Audi A5 to an Audi RS e-tron GT, which has a base price of about $138,000. The Duke of Cambridge has also been seen riding his stylish Triumph Daytona 600 motorcycle, a Land Rover Discovery, and an Aston Martin DB6. However, the Aston Martin belongs to his father, Prince Charles, and was only lent to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge to use on their wedding day back in 2011. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about the royal family are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.